Well, something very different. You may have noticed that lots of people have started to wear red socks on a Friday. Why? Well, Red Sock Friday started when one of two close friends who'd been living together overseas decided to return home. And the two friends wanted to find something that could represent their friendship and remind each other of the energy and passion they'd shared, no matter where their paths may take them. Now, that sounds like an introduction to a Mills and Boon romance, but it's nothing like that. And this year, on the 9th of April, Red Sock Friday was launched. And on the phone now to tell us more is John McEnroe. No, not that John McEnroe, but John McEnroe, who is one of the founders of Red Sock Friday. Evening, John.
Good evening, Kate. How are you?
I'm great. Now, why Red? Talk us through the whole thing.
Right. Well, firstly, it's John McEnroe, but I'd love to be as famous.
Yes, John McEnroe. Sorry, my yes.
But Red Sock Friday, how it started. As you said, basically, I was overseas. I moved to Dublin in 2007, and a very good friend of mine, Ian Simmons, who happens to be a double Olympic hockey player, a doctor, a really inspirational guy in my life, and he actually moved over at the same kind of time, and we ended up, starting our lives over there in terms of getting an apartment, finding a job. He eventually found a job working quite a bit outside Dublin, in a place called Navan, if anyone who's familiar with Ireland. And everyone said to him, "Oh, you can't live that far outside Dublin, the way it was. You have to play hockey in Dublin, blah, blah, blah." And in the end, he actually met a Bahamian girl, believe it or not, in Dublin. She'd been living in Dublin for 13 years. And the reason I'm telling you this is after the end of that year, the two of them decided to move back to South Africa. And we had a really special, awesome year together. And it was near the end of that year, and we were actually celebrating a little Christmas before everyone took part in company. And we just said we wanted to have something fun, something we could, on an ongoing basis, remember each other and kind of the inspiration and the friendship and the vibe and the passion that we both shared. And it's very easy to lose track of things, especially when paths appear to be going separate directions. And at that point, Simo, his nickname Simo, he shared a story of his schooling, where every year around this time, in fact, for the Remembrance Service, they have a service to commemorate and remember the people that died in the World Wars. And basically every single year he would remember this one guy in particular, a survivor of the war, who'd come to the front of the chapel in school, and he'd noticed that this guy would have red socks on. I was like, geez, why is this guy wearing red socks? Quite a somber occasion. There must be something. So anyway, Simo discovered that this guy was wearing red socks because him and his two best mates, before they went to war, they said to each other that whoever survives this war, you have to wear red socks to always be together with your mates, to always remember them, to always make sure that no matter what happens, there'll be that thought in the day, to keep them together. And it was like wow! Immediately we just said, there it is. It was amazing. It was a great moment. It was like, that's it. You hit it. And for whatever reason, we decided, we're not going to wear them every day because it might lose meaning or whatever. And we just said, we'll wear them every Friday. So I bought him a random pair of red socks. He bought me a random pair of red socks. It's actually quite tough to come by if you look for a really nice pair of red socks. And that was that. From the end of 2007, I was working I used to wear a suit quite often. I'm actually wearing a Speedo right now. But every time I went to work, every Friday I would wear my red socks. Simo went back to Durban. He was working in Tanzania. He was working in emergency wards with his red socks on. Now he's moved to Bahamas. He's actually subsequently got married to that girl that he met in Dublin. They got married in Bahamas earlier this year. And since 2007, he always worn red socks. And initially, it was just for fun. It was just a spark, and it still is. But it was, we just wore red socks, and the people in my office then started wearing red socks. And and at the time, I guess in Dublin, especially, with any comment as where I was working, it was pretty negative. There was a massive environment of negativity, of talking of recession, of redundancy, of all sorts of things. And I try and beat that off. And every every morning, people would check my red socks, and then some of the guys in my office started wearing them. Then my housemate, who's an auditor at KPMG, his colleagues started wearing them. And there just used to be a vibe. We used to send emails and just have fun, and it was just something that was fun and spirited in the midst of, sort of a cloud of negativity and a cloud of, just lots of sort of dismal things going on. And then, like, there was an expression that we used to use at school at varsity, and it goes, shoot! And it was an expression that it doesn't really mean anything other than when you say it and you shout it out loud, it was something that unified people, that epitomized life and energy. And I always wanted to kind of use that word to bring people together, and I wasn't sure how, and I tried to get ships.com, and anyway, cut long story short, that wasn't, or in fact there was a web squatter on that, and he wanted some ridiculous amount of money to get it, but I still had no real idea or vision of how ships.com would work. And then it was one day at the beginning of last year, it was January last year, when I was coming to the end of my corporate career, I would say. I knew that being in a corporate world for an indefinite amount of time wouldn't be what I wanted to do. And anyway, I just remember it was like a dream. I had a dream that Red Sock Friday and Ships was one thing. It was the same thing, and it was pictured a world map with Red Sox uniting and spreading passion, positive energy, and unearthing the passion and positive energy that lies in every one of us. And from that moment, I remember so clearly. I woke up that morning, I was so excited, and I emailed a French friend of mine, who's the only guy I knew who could operate a computer better than well, could operate a computer well, and was involved in the web development sphere. And I said to him, please let me know if redsockfriday.com is available, and if you want it is, please get it, and I'll explain the rest later. And that's how the journey started. He mailed me back straight away, and he said, we've got it. What next? And then that was the start of the journey. And then subsequently, we've now taken on some professional web developers who are now partners in Red Sock Friday. And in April.
And what's the aim? I mean, it's a wonderful story, and you and your chums getting together and remembering each other, and now it's sort of grown. What's the aim of it?
I guess, for me, the aim is to see the power and importance of positivity and passion in our lives, and for, it's so easy to lose track of those things amongst all the things that go on in life, and I think it's a real small but meaningful way of sharing that, and of recognizing people in your life that have that impact on you. And, for me personally, and again, I think it's quite important that Red Sock Friday means something different to everybody. And but for me, my parents lived in the UK still. My sister's working as a doctor in Australia. And giving them a pair of red socks, and knowing when I put on my red socks in the morning, that my mum and my dad are wearing red socks in England, and my sister's wearing red socks in Australia. So
now, is it a charity, John?
So the way that it works is that every stock that is sold on the website, redsockfriday.com, there's a charity component. So you're able to donate 10% of the sale of the socks, and again, the stocks are 25 rand each, which I've been shocked in terms of. I did my MBA this year, but people think my business acumen is almost zero, which is probably correct. But that's not the point. I want people to be able to access them. I want people to be able to share them. I want, if you've got a friend or a sister or a mother or a brother that you haven't connected with for a long time, and often we find ourselves apart, to send them a pair of red socks, which is really simple and not flashy or not anything, but I know that the feeling of receiving a pair of red socks from someone special, someone giving me a pair of red socks, it means a hell of a lot. It's an ongoing thing, and it's something that helps. I've got my red socks on now. I need a little bit of energy talking to you. I heard you're quite the interviewer.
It's a device to sort of rekindle people's passion and positivity, but it's also a device to unite people.
Without a doubt, definitely both of those really strongly for me. I mean, just this weekend was an incredible moment for me. I did the Sani Stagger marathon, and it was a bit of a last-minute thing. I actually want to thank Ron Rutland. He's the head of Bob's for Good charity who we're doing a bit of work with, and he initially he gave me the idea, and in the end he couldn't for reasons do the race. But we went down to the Sani Stagger, and it was a really tough race, and sort of a third of the way in, I just spotted these knee-high red socks, and it took some time to catch up with them, but when I did, I couldn't believe it. There was a girl in knee-high red socks, and I said to her, and I could kind of see the ship's logo was at the top, and I was like, wow, this can't be happening. And I said to her, where do you get those red socks? And she turned to me and she said, well, it's Red Sock Friday, come on. And I was like, yeah, I'm also a red socker, And I was like, that's awesome. What an awesome moment. That gave me enough energy to go that little bit further. And there was actually three, her and two of her mates in red knee-highs doing the Sani Stagger, and it was such a special moment for me. So, in terms of uniting like-minded people, for me, the power of the community of people who are positive, who are passionate, who have got a lot of energy, who are doing things like that is really quite special. And I think for me in South Africa, unfortunately, I had to go. I was in India for the most of the World Cup. I finished my MBA at the Indian Institute of Management in Bangalore. But before, I was back for 6 weeks to actually work on Red Sock Friday as part of my MBA thesis. And I thought Football Friday was amazing. Like the vibe, wearing your Bafana shirt with pride, and the hoops, and you just immediately linked to your countrymen and women. It was just been awesome, and I don't understand why we have to kind of put the spirit away with the Bafana shirt. I mean, why did we need a World Cup and millions of foreigners to remind us about why we're so passionate, why we're so proud to be South Africans? And for me, what Red Sock Friday means to me, and it doesn't mean it means to everybody else, but for me, it's a reminder that we have to be positive, we have to be passionate, we have to link up with people. And I think it's going to be really important for our country, and we need to unite. And there's a few people out there who feel the same way. And
let's wear our red socks. What's the website again, John?
It's redsockfriday.com.
Red sock, one.
Red sock, yeah, singular.
Okay.
You can get more than two, but yeah, redsockfriday.com.
Okay, John, we're going to put it up on our website. I think it's a lovely idea. For 25 rand for a pair of red socks on a Friday. As John said, it's rekindling, or I said rekindling the spirit of passion and energy and positivity. It's a way of uniting. Neil Takiso, I expect you to be wearing your red socks on Friday. I'm going to get a pair. Also, a very nice Christmas present in a way. I just like the initiative and the passion and the enthusiasm there.